Today I'm going to be taking my unreliable BMW across the United States from Mexico all the way up to Canada. If you didn't know, this is the BMW that we've been building for the last few months, doing every mod you could think of, pushing it to over 600 horsepower. This car is the notorious BMW N63 motor, which has gone down in history as the most unreliable motor that they have ever made, and this car has 100,000 miles. And now, we are about to put it to the test.
And at these boost levels, anything could break at any time.
We're starting all the way at the US-Mexican border, this massive iron wall. And we're driving all the way to beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. This is gonna be a long ass road trip. I mean, multiple days of driving to get there and back. This is the ultimate durability test. Okay, let's get on the road and start driving. And well, that's exactly what we did. We started on this ambitious goal to see if all of our hard work on what is considered the most unreliable BMW motor ever produced would either leave us stranded in the middle of nowhere, or even after all the mods, get us to our final destination safely. After driving for what felt like forever, we finally made it to our first stop.
Okay, we just stopped in Carmel. My legs finally able to move them. Been in the car for the last 8 hours. Only stops have been Starbucks and bathroom. So here we are getting a nice coffee from one of their overpriced shops. Looks like a European village, really bougie, really nice. Car has done very well so far. Not to jinx us, but it's been pretty reliable. And even though we are so far right now, we are like a 10th of the way. I mean, we have so much more to go, and so far so good, but we gotta keep our eyes on the prize. Yeah, we had to stop here. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful here. Right over there is where they do Monterey Car Week, famous golf course. But although this is super beautiful, we got to get back on the road if we're gonna make it to Canada in a timely fashion. But overall, so far, the car's been doing pretty well. Only complaint is when I step on the brakes, I think they're warped or something because the car like starts to shake, but no biggie. We still have a lot of ground to cover, but we got to make one more quick stop at a special place before we get back on the main freeway and head up to the rest of the United States. Okay, we're on our way to the infamous bridge. We're almost there. We had to take a stop right here because, you know, why not? And if you look right out there, I don't know if you can see with the camera, there's some fucking whales out there right now, just full on spraying water. Kind of crazy. I mean, it's not every day you see a whale in the ocean. Monterey has a lot of cool classic cars, and E-Type just drove by. Car community is huge all the way through California.
Okay, on a quick side note, we've absolutely massacred about 45,000 flies on the front bumper of this car. I have a feeling the car's gonna be completely dirty by the end of this road trip, but let's go see this bridge. Located on the Big Sur coast of California, this is one of the most famous and highly photographed bridges in the entire state. There it is, right there. Historic bridge, Backspeed Bridge, 1932. Holy shit, dude.
Look at that right there. That looks fucking insane. If you fell off, you're dead, instant.
At least you'll have a good view when you go out. Damn.
Yeah, this looks unreal. Looks like AI made it.
If you ever, you know, live in California or you get the chance to go to California, this is a must stop. This is beautiful. You can't, it's once in a lifetime. Okay, now with the bridge checked off on our list of things to see, it's time to get back on the road to Canada. Now we were back on the road, and the length of this road trip was starting to really settle in. Just leaving California started to feel impossible because it was taking so long. And right when I was starting to question everything, the car decided to break down. I got all the flashing lights, the drivetrain malfunction, the car started like shaking vigorously. I don't know, this happened to me a long time ago. I'm gonna turn the car back on and see, like this is fine. We may have to call a tow truck if the problem continues. It's a little shaky, dude. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the little triangle, you know, telling me there's a drivetrain malfunction. I don't know, we may need to pull off the freeway, dude. So I was going around a guy and I kind of stepped on a little heavy, and I was in the higher RPMs, and then that's when the car threw the drivetrain malfunction. We're currently out in the middle of nowhere. There is no BMW, anything related to BMWs around here. This is farmland. I don't know if maybe it's just wide open throttle there's problems. I'm gonna try to get back on the freeway. I mean, it sounds all right. Oh, that's just seatbelt.
Yeah.
You gave me PTSD.
Yeah, I have a bicycle on.
Fuck, dude. I was looking for maybe like an intake pipe came apart or something, but everything is pretty sealed, and we can't really do anything without, you know, proper tools, so. Being completely stuck out in the middle of nowhere was the last thing we wanted, so we cautiously got back on the road and drove as careful as possible. Who knows what caused that drivetrain malfunction? Okay, quick little update. We've been driving for probably another 6 hours. We're about to leave California in a little bit, but sun's going down. The exhaust is rattling like crazy. I don't know if a hanger fell off or what's going on, but we just sat through bumper to bumper traffic for a few hours, and at low RPMs, the thing just rattles like crazy. The rattle is probably mostly because of the placement of the cutout. It just kind of rattles at low RPMs. It's no big deal. It's just a little bit annoying. I'll probably fix that eventually. But in a little bit of time, we should be in Oregon, and then probably, you know, stop for the night, and then we'll continue tomorrow.
Okay, we made it to Oregon. We are at the very luxurious Motel 6, and unfortunately money's tight like it always is. And, you know, just looking around this room, it's disgusting. I mean, there's stains on the bed. I'm not even gonna get underneath the covers. I'm gonna just lay on top of the fucking bed, because this is nasty. But we're just here to just get a few hours of sleep, get back on the road, and make our way to Canada. I really hope that we still have a car when we wake up.
Yeah, dude.
After minimal sleep, we stopped at Starbucks for probably the 10th time so far, refueled, and got back to driving. This was day 2 of the road trip, baby.
So yesterday it was about 104 degrees outside. Today it's raining, so quite a different climate here. A lot of different weather. We are about 30 minutes away from Portland, Oregon. So got some cool stuff coming up. So far, the car's doing fine in the rain, which is good because once again, guys, this is a 600 horsepower absolute beast. I mean, this is basically a supercar packaged up into a 4-door family sedan. And of course, it's got all the comforts that you want, like traction control, you know, lane assist. I mean, it's basically like a self-driving car.
So this thing has something called adaptive cruise control. So once it's set, it basically like figures out the distance to the car in the front, and I'm not hitting the brake or the gas. It does all of it for me. I think it taps into the ABS system. So as long as I steer, this thing will actuate the gas and the brake, and I can just kind of cruise and chillax. So modern luxury at its finest.
And the steering wheel will shake if you go towards one of the lanes. Like if you go out of the lane, the steering wheel will shake.
Yeah, there's so many safety features which my other Beamers did not have.
Crazy for this being 10-year-old technology. I mean, I can't imagine driving like a brand new Beamer.
The new ones probably do drive themselves. Okay, we're in beautiful, rainy Oregon. We gotta fill up. I wanna get some water, some food. We're on our way, really close to Portland, but absolute rainstorm. Being from California, this is the first time I've driven the car in the rain, but not too bad. It's not too bad at all. So I'm gonna fill up and we're gonna get back on the road. Oh, and all the bugs that were on the front, the rain just cleaned it all off. But my air filters are getting sopping wet, which right in there is a little concerning. Hopefully it doesn't lock up the motor and blow this whole thing up, but I think we'll be good.
I'm now realizing I really should have brought a jacket, but if you look right over here, you'll see that our amazing wheel paint job is starting to fade. The good news is that we have a new set of wheels coming very soon, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned for that. But yeah, couldn't hold up the road trip.
And after almost 16 total hours of driving, we finally made it to Portland, Oregon, where luckily it stopped raining.
Well, we've made it to Portland, Oregon, and it looks pretty cool here. There's a lot of vintage stuff about this city, which, you know, being someone who likes vintage stuff, I think it's really cool. I mean, look at the street signs. Look at the street lamps. It's cool. The architecture is amazing. Everything's just old. Everything has style to it. And believe it or not, the BMW has made it this far. Through the rain, through the heat wave of California. Yesterday it was 104 degrees, and now we're in the cold, and I forgot to bring a jacket, which is great. We're going to leave in about a few minutes, go through Seattle, take a quick pit stop there, and then we'll make it to Canada. I've never been to Canada, so it'll be my first time. I'm super excited. Hopefully the car makes it. That is a super rare BMW right there. I think that's the Z8.
Yeah, dude, this thing is insane.
That thing is nice. I'm pretty sure they have V8s. They're really cool.
Although it would have been cool to stop and look around for a while, we still needed to get to Seattle and then to Canada by nightfall, which was still 6 hours away.
We are on our way to Seattle right now. Not too far away. We're just driving in the rain. You can smell the freshness in the air pumping through the AC. Much better smell than Central California. The smell of shit from all the cows. We just made a pit stop, and you know where. I believe that's number 11th on the trip so far. And now we're going to the home of Starbucks, Seattle.
What's your take on the 5 Series now that you're driving it?
I love the 5 Series. To me, I've always had so much shit cars. Even though this car is 10 years old, I feel like I'm driving a brand new car. I feel very privileged to driving this car. It's fun, it's comfortable, and easy to move. The seat's big and plush, and you know, I've got all the gauges, it's all nice. I'm not really used to driving nice cars, so I feel special right now.
And after looking out our windows to beautiful Seattle, we didn't even have the extra time to stop. We continued on our journey, and thankfully the car was not causing any more trouble.
We're headed into Canada right now.
We made it, baby. We made it.
The Canadian border.
We've been in Canada for literally 5 minutes. Look what we found. What the fuck is that?
The absolute fuck
Crazy, dude.
is this. Fucking Canadians.
Having successfully made it to Canada all the way from the Mexican border, we crashed at a motel and quickly started exploring in the morning. Okay guys, it's the morning after. We stayed at a motel last night. We made it. We made it to Vancouver, Canada, nearly 1,500 miles from Mexico all the way to Canada, stretching the entire length of the United States. Through all the different terrains and the obstacles that we overcame, we did it. We made it to Canada. But now, we gotta go all the way back. So round trip, Mexico to Canada, back to Mexico, is about the same distance from California to New York. This is a ton of driving, and this car has held up. We made it.
Well, we're in Canada, where maple syrup flows like oil does in Saudi Arabia. And if you look, you can see a lot of Canadian buildings, which look great. And the car has made it. It's been a fantastic journey. My legs feel like they're gonna snap off for being in the car for so long. But we're here, and we're finally ready to do the exact same thing over again on the way back.